it's Kimberly. I'm coming at you live with some exciting information. Wow. So, I the last couple weeks have just been really insane, and all things being unnormal. Life has been unnormal, right? First of all, I mean, again, a huge thank you for everybody that contributed to Project Holiday Hope. I can't even begin to express the difference that we're still seeing and hearing from the clients that were impacted by all your amazing generosity. I mean, life-changing stuff. It's just so freaking cool. So I'm just super grateful for everybody that, you know, was a part of the project. Either maybe you shared a post, you told a friend, you got your coworkers involved, you donated. Just the impact was really incredible. So last week I was invited down to the all staff at Catholic Community Services, where I was given the unofficial Humanitarian of the Year award. I say unofficial because I didn't get a plaque, but and I got to hear from the clinicians again this year about the impact that was made and what the contribution did for some of these families. We had one of the families was the car recipient family, and just this family, you know, single mom, and you know, she lost her housing, she lost her car. It's just circumstances being horrible, child in psychiatric crisis, just everything aligned to really make life just horrible. You know, it just absolutely miserable. And then here she was bestowed with a car. She lost her housing, like I said, and so she's staying with a friend. She's in a room with, you know, her 3 children, I think 3, 4 children. And she's staying in this room, and it's up north. And the one thing they didn't want to do is pull her children out of the school that was a sense of stability, but it was going to be a 20-30 minute drive, you know, one way to get their kids to school. And now she has a vehicle. She didn't have to completely disrupt some of the stability that the children were experiencing in school. And that's something that I really related to. Everything that I had gone through when I went through my divorce and was, you know, moving and having to scramble to find housing, and had, you know, went nothing in the bank, and I had 2 children, and one was having, you know, mental health issues. The one thing that was super important to me was to make sure that she stayed in the school that she had known, and the school really rallied around her and provided amazing support. So I know personally what that means to at least be able to have some sense of stability in your child's life, especially when you're having mental health issues. Hello, everybody that's joined. So happy to see you. And so it was just incredibly touching to listen to the staff talk about, you know, the difference that presents under the tree make. And I think sometimes we just don't realize that there are kids in our neighborhoods that are waking up without a tree and without Christmas, and the parents that are sick to their stomach because they can't do that. And I've been there, and it's just, you know, part of the mission and everything we do at Project Holiday Hope, and being under that being a normal umbrella. I know this has been a rough time of the year. A lot of people have been reaching out to me. A lot of children are really struggling going back into school after winter break. I've been contacted a lot about what do I do if I am scared that my child is suicidal, or I have my son is, you know, told me that their friends are suicidal. You know, how do I react as a parent when it's not my child, right? This has been happening a lot the last couple of weeks, and unfortunately, this is not a problem that's going to go away anytime soon. But just wanted to kind of throw out some local resources. Clark County Crisis Line here in Clark County, so here in Southwest Washington, is kind of a great first stop. We do have mobile dispatch for youth in mental health crisis. It doesn't matter who your insurance provider is. It doesn't matter where you're located in Clark County. You can call the Clark County Crisis Line. You can Google that, and you'll talk to the crisis. Whoever's, you know, answering the phone in crisis, they're all trained mental health professionals, and if there's a imminent need, they can dispatch that mobile crisis unit, and that mobile crisis unit is from Catholic Community Services. That's who's staffing that. So and I know some of those crisis providers, they're amazing, angelic people. So one of the things that I would say, if you are worried that your child is having or displaying some mental health symptoms, and suicidality is on the table, of course, find a provider. I mean, and tap into your local resources. Here in Clark County, we have the Clark County Crisis Line, and there are similar crisis lines all over the nation. One organization you can tap into is NAMI, and they may be able to refer you to a local resource in your area, so in the United States here. And of course, if it's your child and you're worried, one of the things that's really difficult is to have the very candid and direct conversations about suicidality. Are you planning to kill yourself? Do you have a plan to kill yourself? What would you do? Asking those questions. No one wants to ask that of a child, but they're really, really critical. And those mental health professionals are going to ask you, do they have a plan? Do they want to die? Have they just kind of been thinking about it? There's going to be gauges around that, so you need to be armed with that information. Anyways, with that being said, some other really cool, exciting news is that I found out today, Erica Laws, shout out, that I was nominated, and I'm one of the nominees for the Impactful Women Award this year. So I personally want to thank everybody who nominated me. That's just a huge honor, because it really isn't about me. This, winning this award has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the mission of talking about mental health and really putting that on a platform and being able to get that information disseminated out to as many people as possible. There are a lot of people that are hurting and too scared to talk about it. And so being able to have a platform to stop stigma and educate people and empower people is so important to me. And it's being nominated for awards like that show me that people are listening, and that I am getting the message out there, and I'm able to help and serve as many people as possible. That's incredibly important to me. It's always okay to reach out to me directly. A lot of you have. I do have a boot camp series that helps parents, but it's us as a community. It's that ripple effect when we can start to look at things differently. It's really, I don't know. I mean, it's humbling. I hear and see and respond to your emails and calls and texts, and I'm always kind of in awe about how much more we have in common with each other than we really realize. I think we tend to feel so segregated and alone and isolated nowadays, and there's so many different repetitive themes that I hear when I'm working with my clients, when I'm responding to mental health inquiries, when I'm getting people dispatched and coordinated to the right resources. There's a lot of pain out there, and a lot of people feeling alone and isolated and thinking that they're the only ones going through this, or they're going to be so afraid to be judged. And I just want to let everybody know that you are enough. There are people out here that want to help you. And I want to invite everybody to still be part of this movement that being unnormal has started. Our mission is to expose limited thinking and stigma, to educate people to understand that there are biochemical reasons for mental illness, and to empower people to make different choices, to either be able to restrict and take down barriers of care and provide access to care for maybe your children, or if you have somebody in your life that maybe you just didn't understand the depths of their depression, you can help them get connected to mental health professionals. All of that, it matters, and it's not going away. It's just not going away, and there's so many different reasons for that. I want to thank everybody for the support and listening to the podcast. I mean, it's the easiest way for me to be able to get some really good information out there. There's so much misinformation on the internet. So being a responsible social citizen, it's my job to get some really solid information out there. Anyways, I'm not going to take up too much of everybody's time. Thank you, everybody that joined. So, I'll find out if I get this award soon enough. I think it's February 9th, but it's number one. It's an honor to be nominated. I mean, and that was because you guys nominated me. So thank you for that. It allows me again to have a bigger, broader platform, and I'm going to continue to do the good work no matter what. So I invite everybody today, my challenge to you today is to think about the people in your life that you love and send a text out today to somebody that you love that you haven't talked to in a while, and connect. I want more connection. I think that love can conquer all. So let's go love each other, you know, and like I always say, take care of yourself and each other. I hope everybody has an awesome Monday. I certainly have. I also may be over caffeinated. That's also a thing too for me. I love you all. You guys are all awesome, and I could not do this without each and every one of you supporting me. So you guys are doing the good work. Take care. Bye, everyone. Woot woot.